G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Well, this morning, for me, two new deep dives for Jessica Jones and Mantis were released. Now, typically I haven't been too interested in watching the deep dives. Like when they first started doing them, I wasn't too interested in them. I prefer to like test the champions out myself when I got them and like when they came to the game properly. But I've gone back and like watched some deep dives from champions that came out when I was not playing, and they actually exceeded my expectations. And I thought I'm going to start doing some live reactions so you guys can just get my initial thoughts about what these champions could be like heading into the game. So yeah, let's get into it. So we've got Jessica Jones and we've also got Mantis. So I think they're both coming out in December. I'm not sure if I'm pretty sure they're both coming out in December, but let's have a look. Jessica Jones first. Let's see what she's like.
Welcome back to another Champion Deep Dive. Today,
hello, Dave.
We're talking about Jessica Jones.
Okay, so science.
With Jessica, you can never be certain just what you're gonna get. But one thing's for sure, that private eye will leave her foes weak in the knees. You'll see some big yellow numbers as she goes unblockable and unstoppable, with like some tag team action on her special 3 that'll have you feeling indestructible.
Just looking at like a...
Now, let's get into it.
Hopefully that isn't too loud. You guys should be adding it on. Alright, let's see what she's got.
Jessica Jones enters the contest.
One investigation when the opponent gains a bar of power. When inflicted with a non-stun debuff, excuse me. One investigation as a defender every 4 seconds. The opponent spends above 2 bars of power. Investigation makes opponents nervous. Each investigation increases the opponent's chance to launch a special attack by 18% and reduces their ability power rate and regeneration rate by 7%. Okay, that's pretty good.
Prepare to spark up an investigation. Jessica gains 1 investigation charge when the opponent is inflicted with a debuff other than weakness or stun. This also happens when the opponent gains a bar of power. However, she'll lose 2 investigation charges if the opponent activates a cleanse effect.
So it's similar to like She-Hulk's taunt. It's like a more powerful taunt.
Or they purify a debuff with cleanse.
That reduces...
When fighting as a defender, when her opponent gains a bar of power,
makes it more aggressive
she'll
and also
gain 2
reduces
stacks of
power rate and
investigation
regen rate.
instead of 1.
So it's sort of like...
Naturally, Jessica's investigation increasingly makes the opponent more nervous as it goes on. Each stack of investigation increases the opponent's chance to launch a special attack by 18%. It also reduces their ability power rate and regeneration rate by 8%.
That actually
investigation maxes out at 10 stacks. Once this happens, the investigation is complete and can no longer be gained or lost. Now, when the opponent activates a special
really
attack,
impressive
for each
because,
investigation, Jessica inflicts a 2%
we compare it like
weakness
She-Hulk,
debuff
for
lasting
example.
until
She-Hulk's
the end of
taunts
the
can
attack.
fall off.
And if the opponent has 3 or more debuffs,
get bad
she'll
AI,
gain a resistance
AI,
up
but
pass.
this, they can't fall off, so that's...
If they have 5 or more debuffs, she'll also gain an unstoppable passive.
Extra abilities as well.
And if she has 10 or more debuffs, she'll gain an unblockable passive as well.
Okay.
All 3 of these effects last for 2 seconds after the end of the attack. Now, let's check out her special attacks.
Attack time.
The Special 1. On the last hit of this attack, Jessica picks up whatever's handy and throws it at the opponent, causing a different effect based on what was thrown.
Okay, that's very random.
If she picks up a box, she'll stun the opponent for 4 seconds.
Stun.
The Garbage Can inflicts a crush debuff for 9 seconds. A Fire Hydrant inflicts a suppression debuff for 9 seconds.
Who does that special one remind me of? Someone has that exact same special
Pallet
attack.
inflicts a physical vulnerability debuff for 13 seconds. The Tire inflicts a rupture debuff for 9 seconds.
Someone has that same like
Propane Tank inflicts an incinerate debuff for 9 seconds. The Pizza grants Jessica a regeneration passive for 9 seconds. Finally, the Kitchen Sink applies all of the effects from every other item, but the potencies are reduced by 50%. These effects also trigger when Jessica is blocked, and she can't reuse items until the Kitchen Sink has been used. Now, when she uses her heavy attack, she'll pause all of these debuffs inflicted by her Special 1, other than stun, for 2 seconds.
Okay.
With the Special 2, on activation, she gains a Fury passive for 10 seconds. as well as up to 4 additional Furies for each unique object she's thrown with her special 1 during that fight.
Okay, so you want to like
Fury passives are
throw a
paused
bunch of
during
special
both
ones and then a
champions'
special 2 to get
attacks.
your max Furies. Yeah, she could be... I'm just not sure about the randomness of the Z-buffs. Like, you can get all of them with the kitchen sink, but...
The special 3.
Like, will
At
you get...
the end of this attack, the opponent will be stunned for 5 seconds.
Will you get the effect if they're immune to it?
Also, she'll gain an indefinite dormant indestructible charge, triggering an indestructible passive for 2 seconds the next time Jessica is hit.
Okay, is that working at special 3s?
However, this indestructible will not trigger against the opponent's special 3.
Oh, no. Okay, that brings it down a bit.
Now, let's check out her signature ability.
The reason why you want to have an indestructible, like a permanent indestructible,
when awakened,
is special
Jessica
3s, really.
gains a dossier for the opponent's class
the
when
fact
she
that it doesn't work
reaches
against
max
special 3s is
investigation,
not
increasing her
impressive.
combat power rate by up to 25% while below 1 bar of power.
Okay.
Dossiers are crossfights, lasting for the rest of the quest. Once she has a dossier,
Okay, so that'll make it
classes,
easier
she
for her to
also
cycle
gains
special
one
ones
for
like
the superior class.
Working as a superior class.
At the start of the fight, if she already has her opponent's dossier, she
pretty
gains up to 4
unique.
investigation charges based on her signature level. Now let's take her out for a spin in the champion rotation. To begin, start hitting the opponent and begin cycling your special 1 to build up investigation and throw unique objects. Now that you've ramped up, build up to your special 2 and launch when available to gain your 5 stacks of Fury passives.
That's around
At this
4
point,
star.
if possible,
That's not
you can
terrible
line
damage,
up your
but
special 2
I
Fury
mean,
with a special 1
it takes a lot of
object
ramp.
to increase your damage.
She definitely
output
looks like
even
she's going to be more of a questing
And
champ
when you
than like a
inflict a
battleground
desirable
champion, for
debuff with
sure.
your special 1, you could chain your heavy attacks while building back to your special 2 until the opponent is knocked
That is
out.
pretty impressive damage.
Now let's check out some of her notable synergies.
Yeah. Alright, synergies. I'm not gonna like look at the gameplay, I'm just gonna read the synergies. This one, the loot cage, ability accuracy for exhaustions inflicted by light attacks increased by 15%. Okay. It's good for Luke, even though he's not very useful as a champion. That's with Iron Fist. Why can't we skip there? Oh.
Best
Well-timed blocks inflict a stagger debuff. Perfect time blocks. Wait, what's the difference between a well-timed block and a perfectly timed block? I don't know. Alright, it doesn't matter because it's only Iron Fist. Daredevil, whenever the combo meter rises past a multiple of 10, gain a true accuracy passive for 8 seconds. Fighting Science champions gain true strike passive. Okay, that's pretty useful, getting true strike. I know there's a few Daredevil fans out there, especially Daredevil Hell's Kitchen. Punching purple people. Yeah, if you know Jessica Jones from the comics, her biggest villain is the Purple Man. Kilgrave. Filling a bar of power randomly grants a dormant, unblockable, true damage or 40% prowess. Charges are removed and replaced with their corresponding buffs during this champion's special attack. Okay. Interesting. Striking a champion who has an active, unblockable, true damage or prowess effect grants a Fury passive, increasing attack rating by 30%. But that's actually not terrible. Yeah, it won't be that useful, I don't think, but it'll be handy. Just a bit extra damage. That's all the synergies. Okay, so Jessica Jones. She definitely looks like more of an attacker. However, I was looking. This caught my eye before in her investigation. She loses 2 investigation. This is the only way I can see that she loses the investigation. When the opponent gains or activates a cleanse effect. Now, I'm not sure. I assume this works against Purify as well. Like Kingpin, Crossbones, Mole Man, etc. But I'm not sure. Because cleanse and Purify, I think, might be 2 different things. So, because each stack, because once she gets to 10, she can't lose them, is what they said. So, and each one reduces ability power rate and regen rate by 7%. So, that's sort of like, you know how like Yellow Jacket has his charges, they reduce regen rate. So it's like that plus power rate as well. I assume ability power rate means like overall power, like passive power and combat power. I'm not sure though. But yeah, so I don't think she'll be a great defender. She's definitely more of an attacker for sure. And like looking at her rotation, she definitely looks like more of a quest ramp up type champion, getting some dossiers. She's definitely yeah. I don't think she's going to be too handy like in battlegrounds. I might be wrong, but I can't see her being that useful in battlegrounds really. Although the investigation charges do help with baiting special attacks, so that could be handy. But you still got to do a bit of ramp up to get to a nice special too. So yeah, there's Jessica Jones. Now let's look at Mantis.
Welcome back to another Champion Deep Dive. Today, we're talking about Mantis.
She looks sick already.
She's a tranquilizing, purifying master martial artist ready to play with your emotions in and out of the fight. Intimidate.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, will Mantis Purify working
I think you will appreciate her special 2 so potent, her foes will pray for mercy. Now, let's get into it.
Those guaranteed crits, probably. Alright. So that was a pretty impressive intro.
Mantis enters the contest with a new unique ability, Tranquilize. Champions under this effect have the ability accuracy of their debuffs reduced by a given potency. While not performing an action, Mantis stands perfectly still, keeping auto walk from activating without having to block. This also inflicts the opponent with a 25% Tranquilize passive. This potency is increased to 100% when fighting against science champions.
So
whenever the opponent fails to inflict a debuff due to ability accuracy reduction while inflicted with Tranquilize,
so she like the new best void counter?
Mixed emotion passive.
She's literally immune to debuff against science champions.
Now, her Tranquilize begins
pretty impressive,
and lasts for 1 second when Mantis exits her idle pose, which can be toggled by double tapping block to enter and exit her idle stance.
Wow.
And
there's already a lot going
defense,
on with her already.
Her opponent is permanently inflicted with a 25% potency Tranquilize passive.
Okay.
Or 100% against science champions.
Yeah, so you don't want to fight her with science champion.
If her opponent has a regen effect active, this Tranquilize is removed.
Wait, what? How does it remove it?
This Tranquilize is
regen.
removed.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense, because a lot of mutants have regen.
Next up, Mantis has mixed emotions. Well, her opponents will. Dashing backwards after landing her first, second, or third light attack inflicts a non-stacking Infuriate debuff on the opponent for 7 seconds, making them more aggressive and reducing their offensive ability accuracy by 50%. This ability has a 14-second cooldown. Intercepting the opponent while they're inflicted with an Infuriate debuff inflicts 2 indefinite mixed emotion passives. Now, finishing a combo with her 4th light attack inflicts a non-stacking Intimidate debuff on the opponent for 7 seconds, making them less aggressive and reducing their block proficiency. This ability also has a 14-second cooldown. Hitting the opponent's block while they're inflicted with an Intimidate debuff inflicts 1 indefinite mixed emotion passive. Each mixed emotion on the opponent reduces their block proficiency, and opponents can't be inflicted with both an Infuriate and an Intimidate at the same time, so inflicting one will remove the other, or its cooldown. Finally, Mantis loses her focus whenever she's knocked down. When that happens, the opponent loses 1 mixed emotion passive. Now, when Mantis charges her heavy attack while close to the opponent, all of their mixed emotion passives are consumed, and they're inflicted with the sleep passive for 0.5 seconds. This passive can be increased by up to 4 seconds based on the amount of mixed emotions consumed.
Ooh, that's
this ability cannot be activated while there are no mixed emotions on the opponent, and cannot be activated.
So assume you want to like charge the heavy into a special 2.
While Mantis is charging her heavy attack, she builds Fury passives over time, maxing out at 10 stacks.
Yeah, definitely, because those Furies do not last long.
And when she releases her heavy attack, these Furies remain for 5 seconds. Additionally, each hit grants Mantis a cruelty buff, maxing out
That's a sick heavy pose, the way she like.
Now let's check out her special attacks.
Swings her arms out like that.
The special 1. Mantis waves her hand to inflict an encroaching sleep passive on the opponent for 14 seconds. When this
she's
passive
basically like
expires,
encroaching stun in her
opponent
abilities.
is inflicted with a sleep passive for 2 seconds.
Imagine fighting her on the
This
encroaching stun
ability
though. You'd have to worry about her
cannot
special 1
interrupt
encroaching timer and
and
also the no
can be
timer.
removed early if
That would not be
Mantis
fun.
is struck by a special attack
You'd have to be
while
like,
the opponent has a
you'd want to use
cross
someone
effect.
that's like fully stun immune for that.
Additionally, on activation, Mantis will attempt to purify up to 2 debuffs. And for each purify that doesn't remove a debuff, she'll gain a cleanse passive for 16 seconds instead. Each cleanse will consume itself to instantly purify the next debuff applied to Mantis.
Okay, so you can
Whenever
use
a
the special
debuff
one
is
to purify
purified,
suicide
Mantis
debuffs,
inflicts
I
2
guess.
mixed emotion passives on the opponent.
Or you could just go
With
for a
the
special 2.
special 2. If activated during Mantis' heavy attack, this entire special attack deals guaranteed critical hits.
Mummy? That's, yeah. They have guaranteed crits, that's what I thought from looking at it before.
The special
That's a
3.
pretty funny special 3.
At the end of this attack, Mantis inflicts a 100% potency tranquilize debuff for 26 seconds.
Okay, so she's literally debuffing you for 26
Now,
seconds.
let's check out her signature
Could be
ability.
useful.
When
Does she need to be awakened?
all of her personal tranquilize effects under 100% potency have their potency
doesn't look like
increased
it.
by up to 25%.
Doesn't look like she needs to be awakened.
Additionally, all personal tranquilize effects are paused for up to 1.2 seconds when Mantis inflicts the opponent with a mixed emotion passive. Now let's take her out for a spin in the champion rotation. From here, they'll behave more aggressively, so focus on intercepting the opponent while Infuriate is active to place
Yeah, it
2
looks really
mixed
easy to
emotion
intercept them
passives
that
on
way.
the opponent. Once your Infuriate is just about expired, complete a light attack ending combo
There's
to
a max of
inflict an
20 for the
Intimidate
emotion
debuff,
things?
and they'll behave
Assume
less
so.
aggressively and more likely to block, and play with your opponent's emotions some more.
Yeah, max of 20.
Continue the process of cycling Infuriate and Intimidate while building up to your special 2. Once you have 20 mixed emotion passives, complete your light attack ending combo and
Intimidate's nice,
inflict
just
the
for getting
opponent
special
with
attacks
your
out of the way as
Intimidate
well.
debuff and begin to push them back towards the wall. And then immediately charge your heavy
Yeah,
attack
nice.
to convert your mixed emotion passives into a sleep passive. While
Yeah, so
building
she looks
up
really
10
strong at
passive
just being able to
freeze.
control opponent AI,
Let the
which
first
is,
2 hits
I
of
think,
your
a really
heavy attack
underrated
connect. Then
ability in
cancel
champions
into
these
your
days.
special 2 and experience some mixed
But
emotions
to have
of
the
your
ability
own
to
when you see
make them
those
more aggressive and make
gigantic
them
yellow
more
numbers
passive is
fly
really,
across the
really,
screen.
really rare.
Now, let's check out some of her
Like
notable
if champions like
synergies.
She-Hulk and now Jessica Jones, they can make them more aggressive,
This
but not many
one
champions
also
can do
has
both.
mixed emotions. With Psycho Man on the team,
that
whenever
special
Mantis
two looks pretty
inflicts a
impressive.
mixed emotion passive,
Alright, synergies. There was one with Psycho Man. Oh, play please. 25% chance to inflict another. Okay, I mean it looks pretty easy to stack up to 20 anyway, so that doesn't look too impressive. Psycho Man can cycle this control box against 20% of a bar of power over 1 second. Okay, doesn't change the fact that Psycho Man's useless. Block proficiency for Guardian and Synergy members. Okay. The one with Star-Lord and Gamora. Duration of Personal Infuriate and Intimidate debuffs are increased by 2 seconds. While Gamora has at least 6 personal buffs active, Special 2 becomes unblockable. Okay. Star-Lord. Elemental guns are no longer random. Effects can be cycled by double tapping block. Effects. Oh, okay. So this won't make Star-Lord like a meta champion again, but this is something that people have wanted for a while because the Special 2 has always been very random. You get like the armor break or the power drain or the heal block, but you can't choose. It's always random. But this way you can choose which one you get. So that could definitely makes him more useful. It won't make him like I said, a meta champion again, but definitely increases its value for sure. And it's with Mantis, who seems really cool and really strong.
Aura on the team.
All right. Are there any more synergies? Drax. Mantis' sleep inflicted by charging heavy attack as its duration increased by 0.5 seconds. Well, we saw that sleep lasts for ages anyway, so it doesn't matter. Drax can now parry non-contact hits. Okay. Doesn't matter because it's only Drax. And then Rocket. While Mantis has at least a cruelty buff, gain a precision passive increasing crit rating by 350. That doesn't seem too useful. Like her special 2 is guaranteed crits anyway, which is the bulk of her damage by the looks of it. And Rocket inflicting power drain special 1 now consumes 10 scrap metal instead of 15. I don't know too much about Rocket, so I'm not sure how impressive that is. Okay, so that's Mantis. Wow. Yeah, she definitely looks like the more impressive out of the two for sure. Yeah, just it looks so easy just to get to that special two. Because like I said, you're able to not only can make the opponent more aggressive, but you're also able to make them more passive as well, which is something that really not many champions can do. I think a few champions have Intimidate, but not many, and definitely I'm pretty sure no one has Intimidate and Infuriate. So I'm pretty sure she's the first champion to have both. Um, and yeah, like her special two does so much damage. She's definitely going to be a better Battlegrounds champion for sure. I can definitely see her being a good nuke in there. Well, I mean, like apart from the Intimidate and Infuriate, I don't think her ramp like it comes with too much utility. Like she can get the cleanse from her special one, but apart from that, I don't think she'll be a great defender. Like even though she has the encroaching stun thing on her special one, she definitely looks like a glass cannon champion. I don't think she's gonna have much health, so I don't see her being a very great defender. But I might be wrong. We'll have to see. I didn't see how hard her specials were to evade. They didn't look too bad. Um, yeah, that's the new champions. I think they're both coming in December. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. Yeah, but for sure, Mantis looks like definitely more impressive out of the two so far. But we'll have to wait and see next month. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.